All right, this is a special edition that I have for you all this evening from Zono Sports with former Miami Hurricanes great NFL running back, 1984 to 87, star running back of the Miami Hurricanes. Now he's a sports agent, Mr. Mr. Melvin Bratton. How you doing today, Mr. Bratton?
I'm blessed, Zoe. How's everything going, you, bro?
Just chilling. I'm glad I could get you on tonight to talk a little football, talk a little sports. I do appreciate it. Now, one of the things that I'd like for you to do is just, for some of the people who may not know you, I came familiar with you and your football career after I did a little research, after I saw that documentary. It's all about the you, you know what I mean? That's what I became familiar with it. And good story. So if you could just kind of give people just a little bit of your background and what you do now and just a little bit of that.
Well, presently, work my way back. Let's start back in the 80s. Being a high school kid out of Miami Northwestern, which has produced a lot of top talent. Larry Cooper, you got Vontae David, Ted Bridgewater, Artie Burns, who I represent, and my high school, Miami Northwestern.
I know about the Bulls. I played with one of the Bulls at Howard University. I know about them. I played with a couple of them.
Okay. Well, you know Flea.
I know Flea. I know Coach Flea up there.
Yeah, that's my guy. So yeah, it's a football tradition, like pretty much a lot of other areas up north and out west and in Texas. So Northwestern was a feeding ground, and I decided, University of Miami was really, not that great of a football team in the 80s. So, me and my college friend, Alonzo Highsmith, who I met at a mall, and we ended up, really just chopping up our senior year in high school. So we became very close. So we decided to say, look, let's go and we want to go to college together to make our mark. So we were going back and forth that night and trying to decide exactly what direction. I had visited Pitt, Ohio State, Michigan, and USC. Well, it was my last visit, but I canceled. And he took a couple trips to Michigan and I think Ohio State also. So we rapping, trying to fill each other out. So I said, what are you thinking? He's like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we going back and forth. And so finally, I said, you know what? I had saw a high school game a replay of our game, actually in high school. Like on a Thursday night, we had played it a week before, and one of the commentators had made a comment to say, hey, somebody would tell Mel Bratton that the University of Miami was graduating all three running backs, Speedy Neal, Keith Griffin, and also Albert Bentley, who was the first round pick for the Colts. And wow, wait a minute. So I kind of gave it a little thought, like, you know what? That might be the ticket. I didn't want to stay at no school in the state of Florida. I didn't want to go to Florida. I didn't want to go to Florida. So when that game was being played, it hit me as a youngster. So I started getting some extra thought. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and revamp this whole thought. And then Hy and I ended up talking that night. And then I said, you know what? I think I want to stay home, man, and change the tradition and build a dynasty in Miami. When you're that young, you don't really expect for it to happen. But we've spoken to him, and he both mainly said the same thing about him wanting to stay here to the U also. So that's how the journey began as far as us coming in as young puppies and winning the championship that freshman year. I was redshirted. He started at fullback. So it was like from there the dynasty started.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for letting the people know. I guess I really admire what you guys did at Miami during that whole long stretch because, I myself have a stern reputation for being a little bit belligerent when I made plays out on the football field. You can ask them at Howard. You can ask them at Georgetown. I was that guy. I play linebacker. So that's one thing I do admire about you all, I must say.
Right. Appreciate that. You got to be a trendsetter, man.
Yeah.
You can't just follow the crowd.
What'd you say in the documentary, though? You wanted to take the helmet off and show your pretty face, too, right?
I told him, all the ladies knew the basketball player, as far as my facial, I knew their name around the rip. So, hey, us football players, we get stuck behind the helmet. So when I score, I had to make sure they knew I was also.
Yeah. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, Mel B. Now, your perspectives, I'd like to know your thought on the state of football right now and also your least favorite change to the game and how you've seen it shift as far as culturally, the rules and media, how all that's really transcended the traditional style of what football was back when you were playing. I mean, and that goes, we can talk about a lot of things. You know, they talk about the CTE now, and you got all the domestic violence stuff going on. I mean, what is your opinion on the state of football right now currently?
Well, I mean, the game has, I felt it was a little passive, but now understanding, seeing the TTE, I have a son that's in high school football. We're at the games every week, and just watching the tackling now has gotten a little bit better to be able to understand how to tackle. We were the Rebels, and you played middle backer, so we led head first, and we didn't really care.
Hey, I got this score right here, so I know.
Right. So we pretty much on a bone jarring hit. Our forte. We want to make the crowd go ooh, like that. But now with all the CTE, all the studies going on, and guys are really, having problems with life after football, it is a big concern. It really is, and it's kind of scary in a sense like that. I pray for my young one all the time, making sure he's tapping right so he have any problems. But the game has changed. It's more of a drag down tackler type setting. So there's not more the insulting ball crushers that we used to sing back in the day. So I think the game has changed. A lot of parents are really pulling these kids out of that, background, pulling out of little league sports now because they're worried about the future for concussions.
And my biggest thing too with football, football is a sport where you have to sacrifice for not just yourself but other individuals that you're playing with. And my honest opinion that for myself is one of the things that I've said is I feel like in today's society, America, we understand that it's the land of capitalism. So people are about self, and that's okay. But people, I think, kind of when it comes to a sport like football, it's not individualized. If that D tackle doesn't do what he's supposed to do, that linebacker can't scrape over top. If that offensive guard doesn't make that block, then Mel B can't hit the hole and go 60 yards. And people don't they don't like the idea of putting their bodies and their physical beings on the line for a greater common goal, which is a win. That may seem simple to some people, but to people like me and you who love the sport of football, we understand the level and the magnitude of how crucial that is in life and the things it teaches you and the lessons that football affords to countless individuals who play the sport. You know what I mean?
Well, I tell people all the time, too, to go through the 3 days that I went through with Howard Zellenberger, and then when Jimmy Johnson came in, the yelling, the cursing, the running, the gassers, staying out after practice, coming after scrimmages, staying out, when the lights are off, car lights being pulled to the gate. I mean, you can't do that now because with the college ruling now, with the 20-hour rule, I feel like that's the softer side of the game where they're protected to the point where they don't have those drooling type practices anymore. But one of the things that I can say in life is preparing me to life after football, was, if I tell guys all the time, if I work corporate America, it wouldn't bother me if a boss was a yell or whatever, get reprimanded. But a lot of the regular day folks who've never been through what we've been through on the field, for us, being chastised, they can't handle that. They can handle that. But we're tough-skinned individuals as far as into that environment of world where nothing in the world can bother us because you've been through that turmoil as far as being on the field.
Yes, that's a good answer. Now, another question I want to ask you is, how does being a former NFL pro football player help you in your current career as a sports agent?
Well, I've been blessed to be on three sides. I mean, as a former player, and then B, I worked on personnel for the Rams, the Redskins, and also Atlanta Falcons. So I got a chance to evaluate the talent, being able to be in the room when they draft the guys to kind of know the background stuff, everything that's going on. So when I became to go to the other side as an agent, I felt that I could bring a whole lot different mindset to the table where I'm educating the players on how the team's going to draft you, what they see you as, how they're going to look at you. I watch film with them, trying to get them better, breaking them down. A lot of times I lose out on certain kids because they say I'm too straightforward and too hard, but I don't want that type of player around me anyway because he's going to be soft. He's going to end up quitting when it's in the fourth quarter. And I look at myself like
Myles Garrett. Miles Garrett, no. Miles Garrett, no. Let me stop.
Yeah, Watson right now. He got his first sack tonight. So.
Well, it took him 2-3 preseason games, didn't it? Well, how long did it take?
Exactly. Yeah, so anytime somebody looking at what they like dinosaurs and listen to all this type of music, it's a little different.
Indeed. Now, another thing I want to ask you about that's it's a hot topic issue. Everybody's talking about it. As you do know, there are a lot of different social issues going on currently in the United States climate. We understand that. Now, I've got to ask you, this whole Kaepernick situation and him not being able to be picked up by a team and the different things that we're hearing owners come out and say, what are your thoughts and takeaways on that entire situation and the anthem protests across the board? What do you think about all of that?
Well, I'm honestly, saying it's sad that he's been used as that dude. I won't say token, but he's pretty much being chastised for his belief and standing up for the situations at the time, as far as a different deal. And he's made an example of like that, as far as I feel. The owners pretty much, just say, look, we're just going to show this kid that he cannot run our league in a sense like that. So he's been really getting a hand slap really, really hard to the point where, it's kind of just targeting to the fact that this kid's not given an opportunity, being all the quarterbacks out there. I went to the roster beginning of the year. The second and third team quarterback on all these teams, half of them I ain't never heard of, and I'm a former scout. So they go to show you that some bad quarterbacking that's out there, and he's not better than the guys that they have on these rosters.
He played in the Super Bowl 2013. He almost won a Super Bowl before the lights went out.
Right, exactly. So it's a sad situation, that he's being, chastised for his belief. But we just got to pray, that we can overcome this, man. And this is a stepping stone to understand, this our livelihood is being portrayed.
I really like to see my man get a shot because when bums like Jay Cutler can get a check for $10 million, let me come out there and throw a ball around, please.
That's my wife's favorite team, so I can leave the Dolphins alone. She be put out. I
understand. We don't want that. Well, we're going to pray for Cutler this year for your wife, then. Okay.
She rougher than me. She'll be throwing rocks at him, too. So.
I feel it. I got just a few more questions for you. College football season's about to start up. The top 10, you got number 1, Bama, number 2, Ohio State, number 3, Florida State, number 4, USC, number 5, Clemson. They might want to repeat. I don't think they will. I don't know if they have the quarterback in play. But we could talk about all those teams. But, of course, if I'm going to get you on here, we got to talk about the Canes. Number 18 preseason ranking. QB battle between Malik Rozier, Evan Sheriffs, and no Brad Kaya this year. What do you foresee for your Miami Hurricanes this year? What type of season do you expect Mark Richt to get done there in Coral Gables? Because I remember when he was at Georgia, and they didn't think he was good enough, even though the man kept him winning games for, 10-plus years. But I like Mark Richt as a coach at Miami, and I think he'll make a difference there. But how do you feel about this season going into it?
Well, I think, first of all, the quarterback, has been a question. I mean, my good friend, Talbot Bain, is at every practice. I talk to him on the field. The quarterback situation is coming along a lot better with a young guy, as far as being that dual threat type kid, which everybody's going to. So it'll be interesting, really. Mark's going to run the ball and run downhill, and he runs the pass. So it should be interesting. I think, and not knocking the players. I live in Atlanta. That's where I live in Georgia. But I think the mindset of the players that he's getting are bringing back the mindset that when he was in Miami, he was like a couple years before me, and then that whole the mindset that we had, he's looking at those type of kids now, bringing them in, letting them have fun. He did a little bit at Georgia when they ran on the field against Florida. After they scored, he sent the whole team out there. He has it in him. Trust me, he has it in him. So I think this platform is going to allow him to really not be the Bible type deal, and not Christianity. I'm a Christian myself, but I think he's going to kind of let it go and turn them loose and let them be how the U originally was.
He should. I remember on Labor Day, I couldn't wait to watch that Miami and Florida State game. Do they even have that game on Labor Day still? I mean, we need those Canes to, bring it back now.
They moved it around now. Actually, it's the third week. I think it's the third week in September this year. So they get it back closer to the beginning of the year. So, yeah, they moving around like that. Scheduling-wise.
Well, we'll see. Well, I remember the rain hit, Sean Taylor. I remember the scoop and score down in Miami, Antonio Cromartie all the way to the crib. Good games. I'm looking forward to seeing that rivalry be what it was and Miami being the top dog. Because I remember when Miami was the top dog. Jimbo's been doing his thing in Florida State, but I'm hoping that Mark Richt can get him back there. I really am.
Yeah, they 7 straight. That's a long streak. I think 7 or 8 somewhere.
Yeah.
It's time to change.
Yeah, it is indeed. Well, I do wish the Canes the best. Now, we're going to flip over to basketball. I want to ask you one question about this. I got 2 fun questions for you. Now, my first one okay, now, you heard of Lonzo Ball. You know about Lonzo Ball. He balls. He plays for my favorite team, the Lakers. He's shares the same name as me without the A, Now, the one thing I gotta say though, and shares the same name as your boy, Mr. Highsmith without the A. Now, the one thing I want to ask you: does LeVar Ball, does he bring the barbershop talk to television far too often? And what are your thoughts on that? Because in my opinion, he does, and it's a little bit. I understand what he's trying to do, but you and I both know there's some things that's strictly for the barber's chair.
Right. Mm-hmm. The thing is, the guy's over the top. That's one of the parents, and me being a sports agent now, representing NFL players, I run across certain dads, not the top like that, but some of them want to relive their lives through the kid, They to that level. So God bless their child with the seed to prosper. So a lot of times they become the guy. There's some moms also that get caught up in the hype, thinking they are the ish and it sounds like that. So I think this dude, he's been waiting all these years, all the time. Lost to Ice Cube and the 3-point competition. So that means he's garbage right there. You can't be around. And shot. So that goes to your game don't speak at all. You straight not on bleed at all.
He didn't play Jordan yet though. We don't know. We can't say they didn't play yet. Him and Jordan.
Man, he can't beat Ice Cube, man.
I guess it wasn't a good day for LeVar Ball when he played Ice Cube.
Listen, and then those shoes are so raggedy. He tearing about the shoes. Every guy that tries to go against the grain and create their own brand, it's something about it. I think all the Nikes and the Under Armours and the Adidas of the world, they got everything on lock. They give them to the second, third tier manufacturers, and the shoes always tear up. AI shoes, didn't tear up. I forgot Dwayne Wade, one of those guys had a shoe.
Yeah, the Converse. D-Wade. Yeah, I agree. And you say when the guys try to. You remember what happened to Marbury? Is he still in China? Where's he at?
Right, Strawberry. Yeah. He ain't coming back to the state. He's a legend over there. He's Michael Jordan over there. He is. But you see, he challenged the shoe game. We haven't smelled him since he got into a KG. But stuff happens. Exactly.
Okay. Now, I know you got a busy weekend, okay? And I'm going to let you go here in a second. I'm from Atlanta. I'm from Marietta, Cobb County, COBB. Went to North Cobb High School. Yeah, we were number 1 in the state my senior year. Again, ask Jared Dorsey, QB at Howard. He was the MLK. They were number 2. He didn't like that. We lost in the first round, though. We wasted that. We had 15 D1 signings, but wasted that playoff run. But, it's all good.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you. My son go to Hayville Charter. They're making a lot of noise down here, man. It's charter school that stepped up. They beat Fitzgerald.
Okay.
To the state champion the other night. It was a last-second field goal block. It was 25-22, and it was an awesome game. So look out for the Hayville Charter, the Hornets. They making some noise. D2. Division 2.
2A.
Yeah, level, whatever level they are. But that Hayville, watch that team. They got some dogs on there. Actually, they had a top kid in the corner named Will Poole from South University, Georgia, and we got another kid, Chris Smith, committed to go to Georgia too. Okay. So we got some Arden Key with the school there. The kid at LSU that's projected top 5 pick.
Arden Key.
This is upcoming draft.
Yeah. I try to tell these. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I try to tell these Trinity and St. X boys all the time. you all ain't played ball till you've been down to GA or Texas or Louisiana or Florida. I tell them all the time, but they just call me a hater up here. But it's all good. It's all good. Now I know it's gonna be a busy weekend for you. I know we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure your son probably has another game going on. Also, Saturday night, the fight, McGregor and Mayweather. I gotta know, who wins this fight? Who you like? Tell me something.
You got a better shot going in there, man, fighting that dude, bro. I mean, listen, Floyd ain't gonna lose to a guy who doesn't do that for a living. That'd be embarrassing. If Floyd loses, I would never watch boxing again because it's a fake, it's a fraud. They want to get another payday out of this foolishness like that for him. But yeah, I was gonna take the wife to the fight out, but we're going to Puerto Rico for her birthday this weekend, so I'll be watching it. But I'm not gonna pay a whole bunch of money.
I feel you.
To watch these clowns make a fool themselves,
So tell the boys we don't need to order the fight. They keep trying to get me to agree to order the fight. Tell them we're not ordering the fight then.
Don't do it. Go to somebody else's house, $5, and bring 12-pack. Bring a 12-pack and some chicken wings. You be good to go.
See, I told him I was gonna host the fight, but now that you said it, I'm gonna say Mel B told me what y'all want me to do. Mel B said it not to have it, so
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's gonna be bad. You gotta clean up. Yeah, that fight gonna be over.
Hey, see, I like Tennessee. I'm a Tennessee Vols fan. How you think I felt last year when they played Alabama and I had a party at my house? How you think I felt last year?
They gave you the biz. Yeah, they gave you the biz.
Yeah, they did. Well, I will tell you this, Mel B, Mr. Melvin Bratton, I do appreciate you giving us some time here on Zono Sports. Really enjoyed talking to you. And I do wish your son, Hayesville Carter, the Hornets, best of luck down 2A in Georgia. And then also your Canes, number 18 preseason. Hopefully Coach Rick, he's an old dirty dog, old Georgia Bulldog. But, I still cheer for him because he's down in Miami and he's repping. So I hope the Canes have a good year as well. And thank you for talking with me. And I'm sure I'll catch you sooner than later. And this is Zono Sports, and this is Mr. Melvin Bratton. Appreciate you, sir.
All right, listen, I'm going to get my boy on there, my college roommate, best friend, Lonzo Highsmith. He with the Green Bay Packers.
Hey, I'm
going to hook that up. I'm going to hook it up for you. I'm going to tell Zoe versus Zoe. And he got a lot of crazy to tell you. So,
that's cool.
I'll get him to look out for you, man, to give you this interview.
That's cool. Now I got to confess, prior to, I'm a big Packers fan, okay? So I have been since I was a little kid. My dad coached college football 16 years. Ron Zook is a good friend of his. And I told everybody last year, I said Green Bay will go into Dallas and win that game because Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, they haven't been there. Raj has been there. He's going to do it. He's done it, and they did it. So, looking forward to talking to a fellow Packer. Looking forward to that.
Let me do that. I got you. I'll put you on point with that, man. I appreciate you, man. You're doing a great job. And keep grinding, man. And when you become big and blow up, like Stephen A., don't get brand new.
Nah.
Be secretary. Take a message, bro. I'm going to come see you, bro.
No, I'm not that guy, Mel B. You come to my office anytime when I get there, man. And I tell you what, you tell Stephen A., I was on First Take at the end of April. They actually pulled one of my videos and had it on there. And he didn't give me any content. And I was like, man, Stephen A., you see your brother trying to make it? All he did was give me the old, well, his hairline's kind of worse than mine, But, I still think his is worse. Mine is bad, but not that bad, But, it's all good.
Right. That's love, man. But keep grinding, man. Let's go.
I appreciate it.
You, right?
I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
All right, bro. Be blessed.
You too.